Kind of good to see that thing open for once. It's been shut down for quite a while. Sometimes they'll periodically open them. If you do come down here to the deep southwest area, you're probably going to encounter one or a few of those depending on your route. It's a daily occurrence for us down here. No big deal. Just be nice and polite. Those guys are doing their job and helping us out down here. Make sure you tell them thank you. Since I'm in no hurry today, I think I'll give you a quick little tour of the town of Quartzsite, Arizona as we pass through. Quartzsite, Arizona has exploded during the wintertime months out here with snowbirds, winter visitors, nomad life, van people, etc. But I want to show you what it looks like in the off season. Tiny town. It's maybe got 2,000 or 3,000 residents during the summertime. I think the population during the wintertime has grown to like 1.5 million maybe. Pretty crazy. But they got all kinds of neat stuff for sale during the season, you know, kind of like a massive giant swap meet. The Rocket Gem show is pretty neat. Then they'll have a pretty huge RV show during the winter also. All right, we're entering Quartzsite, Arizona. This is typically a camping area out this way. As you can see, there are no RVs, tents, motorhomes, or anything right now. Way out in the distance, you can see part of the town, maybe. That'd be the west end. And out here to the right is going to be your LTVA area, which is your long-term visiting area. You know, I can't believe there are people out here already. That's absolutely crazy. I think 4 or 5 long-term visiting areas out here. Right now during the day we're topping out at 95 still, so the people that are out here are still kind of sweating it out. And these spots and sites, they have no hookups. This is dry camping. I mean, I live out here and I'm used to this, and I don't even want to be camping out there right now, at least till it cools down to about 80 degrees during the middle of the day. Out in this area, you'll typically get a lot of vendors and a massive swap meet. There isn't a whole lot to this town. You have a little bit west and a little bit east, and there is a little bit of it north. I'll see if I can pick that up coming up on the bridge here. Not a whole lot here, but a lot of people really seem to like it. The only thing I will say is if you do decide to come out here and stay for the season is be very kind and courteous to the locals. They get completely bombarded during the winter months. It'd be a good idea to bring a lot of your essentials with you. I do know some of the Dollar General type stores and stuff here, they have to limit the amounts of things you can buy because they are so overrun. And your next grocery stop's got to be about an hour north in Parker, Arizona, or maybe over about half an hour into Blythe, California. Well, nothing too eventful here on the road from here on up to the mountains. I'm going to make a grocery stop, and I'll bring everybody back when we hit camp. 7,000 feet. Well, that's a weird looking pine tree. And we're about to enter camp. I've been to this place before a few times. I wanted to come back one more time above the 7,000 foot mark before it gets too cold. This campground and many others at this altitude will shut down here, I think at the end of October. show everybody how I do this here. I do use a drill to raise and lower my stabilizers. I got this DeWalt drill on sale. I forgot what model it is, but use a drill if you're going to do this on low speed, not an impact wrench. That will destroy things. Plus, you can set this to a stop. Once this gets to a certain amount of torque, it'll stop itself. This isn't going to over torque this thing. So what you got to do is get a little adapter for a drill to the size extension you want. And all I did is I found some Craftsman extensions here, and I'm using a 3/4 inch size spark plug socket because it was cheap on sale. And you just put the two together, and it gives me the perfect length. If I were going to do it again by weight, I would try to get the skinnier version. I think it's a 1/4 size fitting, but this works out perfect, and I'll show you. Just the right length. Now, all I got to do is, they're just barely hand snugged. Take this thing, and I just give it a light twist, and that breaks it free, and slowly reel her on down. You can go fast, but it gets a little wonky. But just lower her on down. And I'm going to run this fast to the end to show you, if you have your torque setting right, it's not going to lift this trailer or do anything dumb. There you go. Literally, it's only that tight. So from there, I'll actually just give it like one more snug or two. Works out pretty good. You don't need it. You get more exercise with the old crank style, but you know what? When I want to get in, set up, or pack up and get out of here quick, that makes things a lot quicker. All right, time to crack open the drivin capsule here. Next thing I'm going to do is air this thing out. I did have the fridge running the last couple hours to get it cooled down. And we need to get all that heat out of here so this fridge doesn't use up a lot of battery power. Get our fan going, get some airflow through here. It is a little warm up here. It's a whole 80 degrees, which is really nice, but everything starts kind of cooking in here. And I know everybody says you should travel with these fully retracted. I try to do that, but you know what? They wiggle their way down, at least on the screen end. So I just kind of let them do their thing. Hopefully I don't lose a string here under tension. I'm not sure. We'll see what happens in time. Maybe I'll come up with a little tie to hold it back or something. I really do like these windows, man. They're so cool. Slide them out, tighten them down a little bit, close your screen. Now we're wide open. Let's see what our fridge temp's down to. Yeah, that's pretty good. We're down to 40. I started this thing about 2.5 hours ago, and it's probably about 90 degrees in the trailer. Of course, when you load any cooler or refrigerator for efficiency or ice savings, always start with everything cold or frozen. That helps out. And for this weekend's main event, the most exciting part of the weekend, it is new toilet chemical scent day. I fell victim to the internet and YouTube, and I wanted to try out some of Matt's RV Reviews liquefied pods in orange scent. We're going to see how these do, and I'll let everybody know. Think of me when you poop. That's pretty funny. I did have some comment of some natural remedies to do this, although the digestant, and I think the new version of Happy Campers is all organic or natural anyway. It's just going to be probably some enzymes or bacteria that break things down. Not sure what else. Who knows? Could be some baking soda in there too, or powder. But I like trying out new products to see how they are. Plus, what's going to be better than citrus scent? Just orange powdered pods inside. Smells pretty good. Got a real nice citrus smell. It's going to be kind of hard to see the amount of water I got in there, but I just kind of fill it up to right around those louvers in the bottom of this thing. And then we can drop in a pod. We'll start with one and see how it goes. And while we're at it, I noticed my little shampoo holder here, suction cup thingamadilio, fell off in transit again. But this time, maybe due to the heat, it kind of bubbled the wall. See that? So this vinyl wallpaper or wrap bubbled up. So you really got to watch that with these things. It did it over here, and don't freak out. But the trick to that is when I get home later, I'm going to use a heat gun very low and just warm it moving around that area, and this bubble will shrink back up, and then you can very carefully start pushing it back down, and you won't even know it happened. Not having good luck with those suction cup things in the bathroom on this, so I don't know if it's just the bathroom area, but this one will come unsuctioned every once in a while and fall down, but it hasn't pulled that vinyl wallpaper or wrap off yet. Pretty nice day, getting a little bit of cloudage coming in. And the last thing I've set up I like to do here, I come in and I fill one of these jugs up about halfway. That way I have some hand washing and dishwashing water outside. But outside, a shower comes in handy for all kinds of stuff. Now I've been thinking, probably another $1 million idea I came up with that I'm not going to do anything about, but it'd be pretty nice if one of these RV manufacturers or awning manufacturers would come out with kind of like a trailer bra of material or something that could maybe have a few snaps here and snap on and cover the front end on this, so we don't get rock chipping and bug splatter and everything else on there. That'd be a pretty good idea. As crazy as it is, I've even thought about having this Linexed in white, or even Linexing these out too, but I'm not 100% sure yet. I like the look without it, but I really hate getting rock chips, and no matter what I do, it's gonna happen, even running mud flaps. All right, we got camp all set up. Now it's time to make some kind of weird camp lunch here. Now I know this is gonna seem like kind of an odd way to do this, but I have a reason. I'm trying to make multiple meals out of some of the same stuff here so I can use it all up. So we got some squeezed guac, which is like the best thing ever invented. It stays fresher, it's not messy. Pepper jack cheese, coarse turkey on hot dog buns. And I was at a place one time, and instead of using lettuce at this sandwich shop, they used cabbage. And I'll tell you what, it's actually really good, and it's crispy. I'm also going to be using this later, and a lot of this later, for hot dogs and green chili chicken burritos and stuff. So it's all going to work out pretty good, because I'll use up most of this in the next couple days here on like 3 or 4 different meals. I'm telling you, this is like so convenient, just being able to do this. It looks gross, but it works pretty good. Kind of strange, but I'll tell you what, that works out pretty good. I'm telling you, as odd as it is, I had never heard of cabbage on a regular sandwich, but it's pretty darn good. Not bad. Can't go wrong with Cheez-Its, right? A lot better than you'd think. It just dawned on me right now. It's kind of like eating a street taco, except I'm going to call these white boy turkey tacos. This is one of my favorite spots, and I can't give it away because it hasn't gotten overrun and overpacked. It's definitely not a party campground, but it is kind of special to me. I've had a couple really cool and rare encounters happen here. I call this place one of 2 names, Skunk Mountain or Hawk Mountain. Now right now, it could be Skunk Mountain. I heard that there are a lot of skunks out and about, and the one time I was here, I was sitting in my chair near the campfire. I thought I heard a little bit of sniffing going on behind me. Figured, oh yeah, it's probably one of the camp neighbor's dogs. Well, I turn around, I see this bushy white tail sticking up, and here it is, it's a skunk. And it was literally only about 5 feet away from me, and it's just cruising in, kind of around the outside edge. So I started making some noise and saying, hey skunk. It perked up, just looked at me, and kept cruising around. I left it alone. It came walking right by me about 2 feet, sniffing around, trying to look for food. I finally started standing up a little, and it kind of scared itself away. Pretty awesome. The second time something pretty incredible happened to me, I was sitting out, relaxing, had my feet up on my chuck box. This is back when I was tent camping, and it must have been mating season for hawks, because there are a bunch of hawks up here. And you can tell they're male, female. Some were fighting each other. And I mean, they were just hanging out all over in the trees right above you. They didn't care. So as I'm sitting there relaxing, I'm taking a video of this hawk. And I'm thinking, oh man, how crazy would it be if one of those things just landed on me and perched? And I still have the video on here, I think. I'm going to insert it in. And absolutely incredible for that to happen. And to prove it was me, here's my chuck box I've had. And you'll see I had my feet up on this thing. Holy crap. That hawk just landed on me. Oh man, that was crazy. Wow. We got a whole family of hawks, and one just landed on me. So yeah, that was a absolutely rare and amazing experience. The hawk came in, landed right up on my feet, didn't even stick its claws in. I said something. I didn't want to freak it out hoping it would dig into me or something, but yeah, it just flew right back up to the tree. Absolutely incredible. All right, now to kick back and take a nap for a little bit and relax. And then I'll bring you all back for dinner. And for tonight's dinner, we got a Tower Station Roadside Grove IPA. Just kidding. I figured I'd have a beer or two and then maybe fire up that grill and cook some hot dogs here in a minute. But first, well, I didn't get a pop-top can, and I don't know what happened to my can opener I had in my chuck box. So, I'm going to have to resort to the old John Wayne, or P52 I think they call it, can opener. I never thought I'd have to actually use this thing, and it is a pain. What you do with this thing is you fold out the end, and you hook it in here, and you push it in and work it around. Just like this. And let me tell you what, it is a real pain in the you-know-what to use. You got to keep chopping at the bit here. And you just keep whittling your way around the can until you finally get it open. This is a real pain. Alright, after about 3 minutes of that, I gave up. I'm going to use the bushcraft knife. That is ridiculous. Yeah, that's much faster. Now we're going to take a couple of our dogs and put it on our weird telescoping dog flipper. Chili's coming along. Alright, let's go give these dogs a roast. Sometimes this thing works. It is a little tricky. Better than nothing, I guess, and compact. All right, we're good to go. Chili time. Of course, we gotta have some cheese. We'll see how that comes out. Flavor's good, but they're messy. Getting a little breezy up here tonight. Winds are starting to shift. I think fall's coming. Alright, well, it's getting a little breezy, so I think I'm going to head on down, take the trash out, put this fire out and call it a night. Let's go see if we find any skunks on the way to the trash can. Man, I'll tell you what, it is dark up here tonight. Let me see if I can focus in on some stars with video with this new phone. Can actually pick some up. That's pretty cool. Well, it's been a pretty long day today, so I think it's time to call it a night. I'm going to be sleeping east to west here, west to east, whatever you want to call it. See how that goes. It's not too bad as long as you're under about 6 feet. Plus it gives you all this open room in the center here. I did notice I was having some audio issues in the beginning of this video. I'm going to try to clean it up the best I can. I think it had something to do with this phone case on this new phone. And I think I got it solved, so hopefully the rest of the video isn't that bad. But this video has been running a little longer than I wanted to. So I'm going to turn this into a two-parter and see if I can get this video edited up and loaded and sent out by tomorrow. Since I have a giant fake pine cell tower giving me 5G only about a quarter mile from here, it might be possible. Tomorrow we'll get up, maybe do a little walking around here. And sometime by the end of tomorrow, we'll go over our Matt's RV black tank pods and see how our citrus smell is holding up. All right, catch everybody tomorrow.